What's up, my beautiful family? It's your boy Hamuzi, and in this video, I'm going to be breaking down a trade that I took today, January 16th. We didn't take a trade yesterday. It was a bank holiday. It was Martin Luther King Day, so the markets were closed. It was a U.S. bank holiday. We trade Nasdaq, and the market's going to be very choppy, very slow, but we did take a trade today, and I'm going to break down the trade. The trade that I did take was on the 15-second time frame. So obviously I use a higher time frame. I'm going to break down the trade. It's going to make sense. And then later on, I'm also going to show you a recording of the trade. So make sure you watch the video until the end. And if these type of videos are beneficial to you and you're actually learning, then let me know in the comments if you want more types of videos like this. All right. So I'm going to break down the trade. Hopefully it clips, hopefully it makes sense. And obviously there's other traders out there that are going to show you replay mode when they teach you something, or they're going to try to, rewind the market and then enter like that. But everything is on market live, and I'll show you if it shows market open, and everything was live execution. You can actually see the execution points of where exactly I entered and where exactly I exit. So you guys can probably learn from there. All right. So let's break down the trade and you'll see the trade, and hopefully it makes sense. So this was the beautiful trade that we took, and this was on Nasdaq. All right. So our entry was right about here, and then our take profit was right about here. So what was the first thing that I looked for? Well, I seen that we had an SMT. Okay, so we had a bigger time frame SMT here with ES and Nasdaq, right? So when I seen a bigger time frame SMT in my head, I'm thinking, okay, the market does want to reverse. All right, and then I seen, okay, we were also engineering liquidity from above. So what I did was I seen price from below here. Because this was a 15-second entry, how I look at my 15-second entries is pretty important, because at first I was looking at this on the 1 minute time frame, right? So I was on the 1 minute time frame, and then I seen price. Okay, we had a nice A+ market structure shift, right? If you're my students, then you should definitely know this, right? So SMT, we had a nice market structure shift. We're on a fair value gap, a higher time frame fair value gap. Everything here was beautiful, right? What ended up happening is that price did not return to this fair value gap. Right? I wanted price to return to this fair value gap, so then price can bounce. This is our beautiful entry, and then we can target the highs. We can target this fair value gap. We can target that fair value gap, right? We can even target the high, right? So that's what I wanted, but we didn't return to it. So I seen, okay, wait, this could potentially be a breakaway gap, right? Where price, it's very bullish. We already have a bullish SMT. We're on a higher time frame fair value gap. So price probably just wants to shoot up, and it just wants to go up, right? So what I did was I went down to the 15-second time frame. All right. So I already knew we had our A+ market structure shift, but price was just far beyond. So I said, okay, look, if we have price and it can give us another type of market structure shift, including this type of market structure shift, there was an entry here on the 15-second. But because this was on the 15-second, I just wanted double confirmation, right? I wanted one more confirmation so that we can have another 15 seconds. So I wanted to see if this would hold. All right. I wanted to see if this would actually hold or not. And it did end up holding. So when we created another fair value gap on the 15-second entry, boom, that was our entry right there. Okay. Remember, guys, fair value gaps, I've taught in it many times. All right. If you go through the videos that I teach on TikTok or my Instagram or whatever, I break it down, right? We're going to look at 3 consecutive candlesticks, right? We're going to look at 1. Should I zoom in a bit so you guys can see better? We're going to look at, right, 1 candle, 2 candle, 3 candle, and then you're going to make a gap. And then when price returns to it, boom, this is where you're entering, right? Now, that's where I entered for sells. Sorry, that's where I entered for buys. Then price, as it was going up, it started to reverse back down. I did not get scared. Because in my head, I'm thinking, wait a second. So you'll see when price is right here and it was returning down. Where was it? On the 15-second. So let's take our bad boy to the 15-second over here. So you can see this is where price was reversing, right? So price on Nasdaq, and please pay attention, guys. Please pay attention. Please pay attention. If you're new, by the way, and all of this is not making sense, I completely apologize. Go through my free mentorship, or join the private mentorship, or go through all of my TikTok, and then these videos will click and it will make sense. I promise you. All right. Right now, it may sound like gibberish. All right. But I promise, go through all of that stuff and then it will click and it will make sense. Okay. So Anyways, I seen price starting to go back down, but I didn't get scared, right? A lot of people, they'll get scared. They'll see, oh, but what I seen, I was looking at ES and I could see price was going down on ES, but did we fill this 1 minute fair value gap yet? See, so price was going up and it was going down right there. So if we go back to the 1 minute, what happened here? This is where price was going up and going down. You see right here, guys? See this? But it didn't fill this fair value gap yet. So I was like, okay, I'm going to wait until price can fill this fair value gap. Once we fill this fair value gap, right, it doesn't make sense for me logically because we've already disrespected. We have a bullish SMT. We have everything we wanted. We have a breakaway gap here. It doesn't make sense for me for us price to want to go down here. So I was a bit, all right, I was a bit chilled out. Like, okay, cool, don't worry. So I marked out this fair value gap. And right when price returned to that fair value gap, boom. That's a beautiful position for me because then that means Nasdaq is going to rip up. And I'll show you guys the live trade so you guys can see it for yourself, the recording of how Nasdaq just shot up. All right, why? Like sometimes when you see specific videos and it's like where I'm like, okay guys, we're about to see an up move right now, any second now. This is kind of one of the many ways I do it, right? So there was a bearish fair value gap. It still didn't get tapped in, right? And remember, price wants to reverse. So the moment it started to push and have momentum, Nasdaq just pumped, right? But what does Nasdaq also have? Wait a second. We go to the 1 minute. What does Nasdaq also have? Would you look at that? Would you look at that? A 1 minute, the last 1 minute bearish fair value gap. Boom. And that's where you've seen price started to reverse, which some people could have potentially been stopped out, but price ended up going back up, but it's okay because we took profits. Absolutely beautiful here for more than a 1 to 2 risk to reward, right? So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully it clicks, and I'll show you guys a quick recording of the video. Should be here. All right, so here's the recording. So right, so hopefully that made sense. I think you should off it now. If it made sense, leave a like, comment, and then let me know if you guys want more videos like this. And again, like I said, there's a bunch of a bunch of people out there that are not going to show you live executions. Let me show you that this was a live execution again. Go to settings, execution, look, right? So this is execution. Go over here, you can see the market is live. This is not replay mode. It says when it says market open, right? If anybody knows, this is not replay mode, right? So I'm not replaying it and then seeing it already happening and then posting on YouTube. These are live execution trades. So it makes sense, right? The only thing is this wasn't on the 1 minute time frame. This was on the 15-second time frame. All right, so hopefully it makes sense. Like I said, if you guys enjoyed it, leave a like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you guys soon. Take care.